Live streaming. I'm Miao.
I'm Helen.
And this is Michael.
And this is Huali.
市长好.
So we are 4 correspondents with Xinhua News Agency right behind the camera, and based on what you're looking at right now, try to make a guess on where we are. Wow, that is just amazing. It must have reminded you of your grandma's kitchen, right?
Yeah, exactly. It used to be just like this.
And Michael, if you actually pan up, have a look at what this fire and the smoke is helping to, well, cook in a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me go have a look if it is water or...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, what are these?
So all this is pork. So it's dried pork, actually smoked pork and sausages. And these pork and sausages are made by this wonderful couple just over here.
Yes.
Who we've had the delight of working with over the past couple of days. Thank you very much for letting us here.
Yes. So this fire is not only for boiling water, but also for smoking sausages. And this is like for their 1 year supply for the family, right?
Yeah, that's right. And we've come here to the tiny village of Chongqing in Chongqing municipality to give you a different point of view on poverty alleviation. So if you come outside, from the kitchen, they have the most spectacular view.
Wow.
Look at that.
As my colleague Helen just said, we are on top of the mountain in this tiny village called Changfang in southwest China's Chongqing municipality, and it's about to get dark in 5 or 10 minutes.
It's gonna, very soon. So we're actually going to show you what it's like when you do live right up here in rural areas in a beautiful house with a beautiful view, but with only a small, thin track to get us back down to the village.
So join us.
So please join us and we'll tell you a bit about this area. At the end. So this family actually keeps bees, and if you have a little look down here, we have the hives.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
So these are the hives, and the family have, did he say he had 99 hives all over this area?
76.
76, yeah. So they make gallons and gallons of honey, which they sell.
Yeah, actually the precise figure would be 600 kilograms this year, right?
That is
600 kilograms.
That is a
each
sweet
year
haul, isn't it?
Yeah.
of honey.
Great. And if you have a little look down there where Michael was just showing us before, that's where we're headed. And we want to take you first down the track to the main settlement down there where the new houses have been built, and then we're going to take you down the mountain, guys.
Okay, sounds great. So let's go on this seemingly rough path.
Okay, Michael, I'm going to show you the way so you don't fall over.
Okay, thank you, Helen.
Join Helen, everybody. So we have 5 factors to define your economic status.
I guess food must be included, right?
Food, of course.
So food and what else? I would say clothes.
Yep.
Clothes, totally, yes. What else?
Food, clothes. Say, how about education?
Education, totally, yes.
Correct.
So how many do I have? I have
2
3.
left. So we have food, clothing, education. What else?
What else? I give up. What else?
Housing. We've just been in a house, Michael.
Oh, great!
Yeah,
I forgot the house. Yeah. Thank you. So
And education.
Education and healthcare.
Oh, healthcare.
really
Yeah.
matters to
Thank you
family
very
when
much.
Any of them, like, fall sick, right?
Yeah.
So, and also plus, like, in addition to the 5 factors to define your economic status, also your annual income matters a lot. So together, if you miss any of it, you will be defined as poor.
So even if I met all these 5 criteria, but I have income lower than this national line, I will still be characterized as a poor people, right?
That's right.
Oh, and I would receive government subsidies.
And as you guys might have noticed, this trip is not so easy to go down.
Yeah,
here.
exactly. Actually, you can hear our heavy breath. Yeah. Okay.
So if the members of the public don't have one of these 5 criteria, or their income is lower than the national standard, they're automatically put on what is known as the nationwide poverty register.
Yes.
And along with that, you're also allocated a government official who will work with you on targeted measures to help yourself out of poverty. So that can include maybe loans from the government at a favourable rate, which will enable you to buy pigs or chicken that you might want to raise, or grain to maybe grow. Also, they'll work with you to help you with health insurance, because as we said earlier, healthcare is one of the important factors to help define someone's economic level.
Yeah.
And they'll also help you with other factors. Basically, like I said before, it's all about targeted measures. So China has just over 40 million people in rural areas to lift out of poverty before it hits its own deadline of lifting all poor above the poverty line by 2020.
2020.
Yeah, so this actually is in line with a target set by the UN with the Millennium Development Goals, where the UN has stated that all forms of poverty should be eliminated by 2030. But China has actually put its target as 10 years ahead of that.
That's something quite remarkable, right?
It's amazing to see firsthand. And you know, as you can tell from the house we've just been to, it must have been very hard to actually find these families to give them targeted measures when they lived in such...
Yeah, exactly. Even just for getting down from to here, it's quite a difficult work, right?
Exactly.
This live streaming is to show you how difficult the life can be.
Yeah,
countryside,
exactly.
down in the mountains, right?
Yeah. So another thing is people who used to live in houses like we just went to, who maybe their houses were condemned or they lived too far away, have actually been helped to be rehomed in houses like these ones here.
Yes, and here comes some of our colleges
with lights.
Yeah, I know. Getting back here, right?
Yeah, thanks for the light, guys.
Yeah, so for those who are interested in what this village looks like and how their lives of the villages can be, you can also enjoy our Xinhua special episode on this village called Chongqing in southwest China's Chongqing. And right now we're going down to the bottom of the hills and try to show you how the bumpy roads can be. Let's go.
Okay. So
and
we were told
by the way,
that
all the houses are new, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was built like 3 years ago. As my colleague Helen said earlier, that if your house were condemned, like that means you're living in poverty, and local government will help you with subsidies or loans to help you rehouse, to renovate your house or to build a new house for you. And this is the new house for lots of villagers here.
Yeah, and also we were told that there are altogether 12 families living in these new houses. Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Super.
Awesome.
Okay, shall we keep going?
Yeah, let's
Yes,
go.
please.
Sure.
And before we get on the car, we actually want to show you one of the cards. As Helen said earlier about China's National Poverty Register, let's go pick up one family and tell you guys about their details and how their files have been recorded. Yeah, let's go over there.
Exactly what I was going to ask. So we do have one of these register cards, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's try that one over there, okay?
Yeah, this one over here, I think. Yeah.
We see some of them on the wall just by their doors.
Yes. So that one is, let's try probably, let's pick up one. Yeah, this one.
Let's go for this one. Oh, this is an interesting one. So here you can see that it's a family of 3. The father, the wife and the son.
Yeah.
And if you look here, it says that they're in poverty because of disability.
Because the father is disabled, so he's unable to work, and that kind of has really a huge impact on the family income. Right?
Exactly. And if you look at the hard numbers here, so in 2015, the family earned just over 3,000 RMB. And if we look down here, these are the measures that have been given to them to help them. So helping them to raise pigs and chicken. Healthcare insurance,
government subsidies,
government subsidy, and
healthcare insurance,
exactly,
and also new houses like this one. This is their new house,
exactly. And then if you look, 2017, last year, their money has increased to over 7,000.
More than doubled from 2 years ago.
Exactly,
right? And also, this house has been, this family has been lifted out of poverty back in 2015.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
And you can also see here the officials which are assigned to work with them to help them out of poverty. And then this here is like a breakdown of the things there.
It's all crystal clear and transparent, right?
Yeah,
you have all your information files here. Yeah. So guys, let's get onto the car before it's too dark for us to get back.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
As you can probably feel that I'm now outside of the car and joined by Helen. Oh, hi, Helen.
Hello, I'm holding the lights up here so we get an extra bit of light. Right.
Okay.
So these roads were actually only widened a couple of years ago, you know, Michael. And before they were widened, they were like nothing more than winding paths that you could barely pull a trailer up. And now we're going down.
Yeah, even now it's still quite risky, right?
Well, no, it's quite bumpy. Do you feel safe? I feel safe.
Okay. Yeah, it is safe though. And oh, sorry. There's something wrong with my stabilizer. Okay, let me try to reset it. Okay, better now. And as you probably can see, it's getting dark outside. And okay, we can just now see clearly where we are going, and just a few meters ahead it's the cliff.
Wow.
Quite risky, huh?
Our driver must be really experienced to take this task, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, so I'm holding two bubbles to show you how the road can be, and we have lots of
view of
our lights.
How we are getting light here.
Wow.
Okay, thank you, Meow.
You're welcome.
And,
my pleasure to do this.
Okay.
So actually, for the past 3 days, we have been panning out in this village, right?
Yeah.
We try to understand how poverty alleviation works in China, especially in such a tiny village, far away from the cities. And we got to meet lots of villagers. We became friends with them.
Yeah, some of them get out of poverty, and some of them still live in poverty, right?
For example, in this village called Chongqing, they still have 10 households, or about 45 people living below poverty line. Yeah. Wow,
and we also seen the measures and the great efforts the local government had put into to make their life better, and
we're taking another U-turn, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we are seeing right now is it's quite clear, very near to that obstacle by the road.
And for newcomers who just joined our live streaming, we're correspondents with Xinhua News Agency, and we chose this time to do this live streaming at night in the middle of the mountains, because we wanted to show you how a poor village in southwest China survive, and how it looks like at night, and how difficult the transportation can be.
Transportation condition has affected their ability to make their life better.
Obviously, like no villagers will come out for party or for get together.
Yeah, definitely.
After
you
dark,
cannot travel along mountain roads like this in the night time. And actually, we were told a quite interesting story that decades ago, when villagers from this village first got off and meet outsiders.
Yes.
And
go ahead.
Okay. They were too scared, and they just don't know how to communicate with them. And they all they can say, all they can pronounce is like and something like that, and that confused the outsiders. That they think villagers here are just a bunch of fools, and that's how the village got its name. Sadly, Fool's Village.
This village used to be called as Fool's Village because lots of them do not get proper education, and they don't have regular communication with the outside world. So one day when a correspondent came to this place and he found it really hard to communicate with anyone up here, and then he kind of wrote a story and gave the nickname Fruits Village. But time has changed and things have been completely different, as now the adults have, like the villagers here have realized the importance of education, and they would do anything to send their kids to school, right?
Yes.
So the other day we went to a school.
Yeah, we did. Went to their primary school, just by a tunnel.
Yes.
Went through the mountain.
Yes.
And the school is actually quite impressive because despite its size, it's not a big one, but it is well equipped.
Yes.
Right. And with altogether, I guess, if I remember this correctly, we had 11 students.
Yeah, I would say this live streaming is an additional piece of news to our Xinhua special episode.
Special program,
after you watch that episode, you would understand what is really going on and understand why we are in this kind of situation, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. And you would also understand how the village has, how far this village has gone from the past into this present situation. And although the road is still not so good, but it's under construction, it's under broadened construction, right?
Yes.
And we were told that in 2 or 3 years, and this road will be widened, and the two cars can run parallel.
Yeah.
And by that time, people from this village can travel either to Chongqing or to Xi'an in a neighboring province.
Yeah.
And I think by that time, life here will be much better.
Yes. And for those who wonder who we are, probably we can turn the camera in front a little bit to see our situation.
Okay.
Like it's
Let's
gonna
try.
be yeah, it's funny. Not just me, please. Okay guys, hi, I'm Meow. Yeah, this is what I'm holding. And yeah, that's good enough. Thanks.
If we can see, I don't know if we can see, but this is the best I can do.
Yeah, totally.
And we are on top of a car.
Yes.
And this is a very bumpy road going downhill and into a valley, just right.
Darkness now.
Yeah, there's nothing actually we can see.
Yeah, and back to the school because earlier today we had interviews with the school teacher there. Actually, the new school gathered all the students who used to attend schools that scattered across the mountains. Now they get to study together, but still they only have 11 students and one teacher, and that teacher is also a full-time chef for every student, right?
Yeah, he also cooks for them. Yes. On a much better road.
Yeah.
Because that's because we are near the tunnel. If you can see, it's right in front of us. That's the
entrance of the tunnel. So guys, enjoy this exciting ride.
Hold your breath.
Yeah.
And see this tunnel in this original form. Okay, as you can see, although it looks like this tunnel has just been big, but it has been here for more than 10 years. So the road is okay, right? But it's only for one-way paths. You see here, that's how you get away to cars coming from the other direction.
We are
Yeah.
Okay, should we say goodbye to everyone here?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you very much. That's goodbye from Helen. Bye bye.
Okay,
Goodbye
thank
from
you.
Meow.
See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you. Bye. Hey guys, hello and welcome to our live streaming. I'm Meow.
I'm Helen.
And this is Michael.
And this is Huali.
非常好。
So we are 4 correspondents with Xinhua News